Welcome back to our channel US Coin 69, the place where we uncover hidden treasures in your coin collection. Have you ever wondered if that old coins could be worth thousands or even millions? Well, today's your lucky day. We're diving into some of the rarest and most valuable US coins that might be sitting right under your nose. Let's jump in and see if you've got a fortune waiting to be discovered. Top 1. The world of coin collecting is filled with surprises, and sometimes the most seemingly ordinary coins can have incredible value. One such coin is the 1986 Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent piece that has become a subject of fascination for collectors across the United States. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, has seen many different variations and releases over the years, but the 1986 edition stands out in ways you might not expect. If you think a 5-cent coin can't be worth much, think again. There's much more to this coin than its humble face value suggests. The Jefferson nickel features the likeness of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. The coin's obverse side showcases a portrait of Jefferson, while the reverse side features an image of his home, Monticello, in Virginia. This design has been in use for many years, symbolizing the man behind the Declaration of Independence and the founding of the United States. The 1986 version of the nickel is no different in terms of design, but it is important to remember that in the world of coin collecting, it's often the details that make all the difference. So, what makes the 1986 Jefferson nickel so interesting to coin collectors? As is the case with many coins, the value of the 1986 nickel is not necessarily determined by its age, but by a combination of factors like rarity, condition, and any possible minting errors. The majority of 1986 Jefferson nickels that were minted are still only worth their face value of 5 cents. However, a small number of these nickels, especially those in exceptional condition or with rare defects, can fetch a much higher price on the market. One of the key factors that can greatly increase the value of a coin is its condition. Coins that are in excellent condition, often referred to as being in mint state, are highly sought after by collectors. A mint state coin shows no visible signs of wear or damage and has sharp, well-defined features. Many nickels from the 1986 series were widely circulated, and as a result, they show signs of wear and tear, such as scratches and discoloration. However, if you happen to come across a 1986 Jefferson nickel in pristine condition, one that looks as if it just came off the minting press, you may be holding on to something much more valuable than a simple 5-cent piece. Another factor that can add significant value to a coin is the presence of a minting error. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production of the coin, resulting in an imperfect or unusual design. These errors can include things like off-center strikes, double dies, or incorrect engravings. These kinds of flaws are relatively rare and, when they do occur, they make the affected coins highly collectible. If you come across a 1986 Jefferson nickel with one of these minting errors, you could be sitting on a coin that could fetch far more than just 5 cents. The rarity of such an error makes it a coveted piece for coin collectors and can drive up its price exponentially. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is a key factor that plays into the value of a coin. A 1986 Jefferson nickel that was minted in large quantities may not seem rare at first glance, but when it comes to certain variants or those in impeccable condition, it becomes a much rarer commodity. For example, there are nickels from 1986 that were mistakenly struck with the wrong dies or that were poorly minted due to machinery malfunctions. These kinds of irregularities make the coin much more interesting to collectors, who view them as unique examples of history. The value of a coin like the 1986 Jefferson nickel has also been influenced by the growing market for rare and collectible coins. In recent years, the demand for coins with unique characteristics, like those with minting errors or those in exceptional condition, has increased. As a result, prices for these coins have risen significantly, and what was once considered a low-value nickel has become a valuable asset in the coin collecting community. So, how much could a 1986 Jefferson nickel be worth? Well, it's safe to say that the majority of these coins are still worth their face value of 5 cents. However, if you happen to have a rare 1986 nickel in mint condition or one with a noticeable minting error, you could be holding on to something much more valuable. In fact, certain 1986 Jefferson nickels have been known to sell for an astonishing price of $65,000. That's right, $65,000 for a 5-cent coin that you may have overlooked in your pocket change. The next time you find yourself with a handful of nickels, take a moment to inspect your 1986 Jefferson Nickels. You may have a rare and valuable coin in your possession without even realizing it. With the potential for significant value, it's always worth taking the time to look closely at your coins, as you could be holding on to something that could change your financial future. Whether it's the condition, a minting error, or the rarity of the coin, the 1986 Jefferson Nickel is a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected things hold the greatest value. So, keep your eyes open. You might just find a hidden treasure worth far more than you imagined. Top 2. When we think about coins, the first ones that usually come to mind are the larger denominations, quarters, dimes, or even the occasional dollar coin. But in the world of numismatics, even the smallest of coins can have incredible value. One such coin is the 2003 Jefferson Nickel, a seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece that has become a target for collectors looking for rare and valuable finds. You might have one of these coins sitting in your pocket or coin jar, but what if I told you that this small nickel could be worth far more than just 5 cents? In fact, the 2003 Jefferson Nickel holds potential value that might just surprise you. The Jefferson Nickel has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1938. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, the coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse side. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia, which has become an iconic symbol of American history. The 2003 nickel is no different in terms of its design. It continues to feature these well-known symbols of American heritage. But let's talk about the 2003 edition in particular. At first glance, a 2003 Jefferson nickel might appear to be nothing more than a standard 5-cent piece, especially when it's stacked with others in a jar of change. However, when we step into the world of coin collecting, things aren't always as simple as they seem. In fact, the value of a coin like the 2003 Jefferson Nickel can vary widely depending on a few key factors: the condition of the coin, any potential minting errors, and its rarity. Like any coin, the condition of the 2003 Jefferson Nickel plays a significant role in determining its value. A coin that is in excellent condition, with minimal signs of wear and tear, is much more valuable than one that has been in circulation for years and is covered in scratches, dents, and discoloration. A nickel in mint state, meaning it shows no significant damage and retains sharp, well-defined features, will always attract collectors who are willing to pay more for the chance to add such a piece to their collections. But it's not just about condition. Minting errors are another factor that can drastically increase a coin's value. These errors occur during the production process, and they happen when something goes wrong with the die or press used to make the coins. These mistakes are usually rare, and when they do happen, the coins that are produced with these errors are often much more valuable than the regular, flawless ones. For example, a 2003 Jefferson Nickel might have been struck with a misaligned die, resulting in an off-center image. Or perhaps the coin might have a doubling effect on the date or lettering, a rare minting mistake called a doubled die. These kinds of errors make coins highly desirable to collectors, as they are seen as unique and rare. And the 2003 Jefferson Nickel is no exception. A mistake during the minting process, combined with the fact that the 2003 nickel is already a relatively recent coin, makes this coin even more interesting to those in the numismatic community. If you're lucky enough to have a 2003 nickel with an error, you may have just found a valuable treasure. The rarity of a coin also contributes to its value. Most coins are produced in large quantities, and the 2003 Jefferson Nickel is no exception. However, certain variations, especially those with minting errors, can be far less common than others. A coin that has survived in excellent condition or with an error is much rarer than the typical 2003 nickel, and collectors are always on the lookout for these rarer pieces. The more difficult a coin is to find, the more valuable it becomes. So, how much can a 2003 Jefferson Nickel be worth? You might think that a 5-cent coin, even if it's in good condition, isn't worth much more than its face value. But when you factor in things like minting errors, unique features, or just the rarity of the coin, it's easy to see how the value can skyrocket. If you happen to have a 2003 Jefferson Nickel in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error, you could be holding on to something worth a lot more than just a few cents. In fact, some collectors have been willing to pay as much as $35,000 for a 2003 Jefferson Nickel. Yes, you heard that correctly. $35,000 for a 5-cent coin. This incredible price can be attributed to a combination of factors, including the coin's condition, rarity, and the potential for unique minting errors that make it highly desirable in the world of coin collecting. So, the next time you come across a 2003 Jefferson nickel, don't just toss it aside without taking a second look. You might just have a hidden gem on your hands. Whether it's a rare minting error, an exceptionally well-preserved piece, or simply a coin that has stood the test of time, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. In the world of coin collecting, even a small nickel can become a valuable treasure, and who knows, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth $35,000. Top 3. When it comes to collecting coins, it's easy to overlook the smaller denominations, especially the 5-cent pieces. After all, a nickel is just a nickel, right? But in the world of numismatics, even a humble Jefferson nickel from 1963 can be worth much more than you might imagine. If you have a 1963 Jefferson nickel sitting in your collection, or even your pocket change, there's a chance you could be holding onto a coin that could fetch an incredible price. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 and is one of the most well-known coins in U.S. history. Featuring the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse, and the iconic image of his home, Monticello, on the reverse, the design has remained largely unchanged for decades. While these coins may look ordinary to most people, they hold significant value to collectors, especially when they come from certain years or have rare characteristics. The 1963 Jefferson nickel is part of the series that was minted during the early 1960s, a period of stability for the U.S. Mint. For many years, this particular coin has been overlooked by casual collectors, who often think of it as nothing more than a common nickel. However, the truth is that 1963 Jefferson nickels, especially those in pristine condition or with certain characteristics, are highly sought after in the world of coin collecting. So, what makes these nickels worth more than their face value? The most important factor when it comes to determining a coin's value is its condition. Most coins that have been in circulation for decades show signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. This is especially true for the 1963 Jefferson nickel, as it's a coin that has had plenty of time to pass through people's hands. However, the key to discovering a valuable coin is finding one that's in excellent condition. A 1963 Jefferson nickel that has been preserved in near-perfect, uncirculated condition is much rarer than a worn-down one. The sharp details, bright luster, and lack of scratches or blemishes make such a coin highly desirable to collectors who are looking for the best of the best to add to their collections. But there's more to the 1963 Jefferson Nickels story than just its condition. Minting errors can also add significant value to a coin. A minting error happens when something goes wrong during the production of the coin. These errors can range from misaligned dies to double strikes or even off-center impressions. These kinds of mistakes are rare, and when they do occur, they make the affected coins incredibly valuable. If you happen to find a 1963 Jefferson nickel with a minting error, you could be holding onto a coin that is worth much more than its original 5-cent value. Some of the most valuable 1963 Jefferson nickels are those that have errors like double dies, a situation where the coin was struck more than once, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the coin's details. These errors are highly prized by collectors who specialize in finding and collecting coins with unique flaws. Another common minting error that can increase the value of a coin is an off-center strike. If the 1963 Jefferson nickel was struck incorrectly, causing the design to appear misaligned or off-center, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Even small imperfections in the minting process can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a rare and valuable treasure. Additionally, certain rare versions of the 1963 Jefferson nickel, especially those with unique characteristics or features, can fetch impressive prices. For example, coins that were minted in smaller quantities or those that were kept in pristine condition by collectors since the time of their release are more likely to be worth a significant amount. Even though the 1963 Jefferson nickel was produced in large numbers, those in exceptional condition or with interesting features are harder to come by, which makes them more valuable. So, how much can a 1963 Jefferson nickel really be worth? While most of these coins might still only be worth 5 cents, some rare and exceptional examples can be worth thousands of dollars. especially if they are in uncirculated condition or feature a rare minting error. In fact, some 1963 Jefferson Nickels have been known to sell for as much as $95,000. That's right, $95,000 for a 5-cent coin. That it's important to note that the value of these coins can vary based on their condition and rarity. The most valuable 1963 Jefferson Nickels are those that have survived in near-perfect condition or those that have unique features or minting errors. These coins are sought after by collectors who are willing to pay top dollar to add them to their collections. So, if you have a 1963 Jefferson nickel in your possession, it's worth taking a closer look at it. Take note of its condition, and if you see any unusual markings or errors, it could be the key to unlocking its true value. The world of coin collecting is filled with hidden treasures, and the 1963 Jefferson nickel is no exception. If you happen to find one in excellent condition or with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The next time you come across a 1963 Jefferson nickel, remember that it's not just a regular 5-cent piece. It could be worth $95,000. Top 4. When we think of nickels, we often think of a simple, everyday coin used for small transactions, nothing too extraordinary. After all, it's just 5 cents, right? But in the fascinating world of numismatics, a seemingly ordinary coin can hold great value. Take, for example, the 2005 Jefferson nickel. While it might look like your typical 5-cent piece, there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. Believe it or not, your 2005 Jefferson nickel could be worth thousands of dollars if you happen to have one in exceptional condition or with rare features. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of American currency since 1938. It features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and an image of his home, Monticello, on the reverse side. This design has remained largely unchanged over the years, making the Jefferson nickel a staple of U.S. coinage. The 2005 Jefferson nickel is part of the regular series, but that doesn't mean it's just another run-of-the-mill coin. There are factors that can make the 2005 nickel stand out and, in some cases, increase its value dramatically. The 2005 Jefferson nickel, like any coin, can be worth more than its face value based on several factors. The most important of these is the coin's condition. A typical coin that has been in circulation for years may show signs of wear and tear. It could have scratches, discoloration, or other signs that come from being passed through many hands. However, a coin that is in excellent, uncirculated condition, meaning it has no signs of wear, retains its original luster, and still has sharp, clear details, can be worth far more than its face value. In the case of the 2005 Jefferson nickel, coins that are still in mint condition are highly sought after by collectors. These pristine examples are considered rarities because not many survive in such exceptional condition. Most nickels are handled and exchanged in daily transactions, meaning the chances of finding one in near-perfect condition are relatively low. As a result, coins in mint state are worth far more to collectors who seek out coins with the highest possible grade. If you happen to have a 2005 Jefferson nickel that's as good as new, you may have found a valuable treasure, but it doesn't stop there. Another factor that can increase the value of a coin is the presence of a minting error. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process of the coin, resulting in a defect or unusual feature. These mistakes can take many forms, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or missing elements on the coin. In the case of the 2005 Jefferson nickel, a coin with any type of minting error is considered a rare find and could be worth far more than a coin without defects. For example, imagine you come across a 2005 Jefferson nickel that was struck with a misaligned die, causing the image of Jefferson or Monticello to be off-center. This is an error that makes the coin stand out from the others and increases its rarity. Similarly, if the coin has been struck with a double die, meaning the details are slightly duplicated, it can make the coin a highly desirable piece for collectors looking to complete their error coin collection. Minting errors like these can drive up the price of the 2005 Jefferson nickel, sometimes reaching astronomical amounts depending on the rarity of the defect. The rarity of the 2005 Jefferson nickel plays a huge role in determining its worth. The more uncommon a coin is, the more valuable it becomes. While the 2005 Jefferson nickel was minted in large quantities, coins with rare features, exceptional condition, or unique minting errors are much harder to come by. It's this scarcity that makes these particular coins highly desirable in the collecting community. Whether it's a nickel with a rare error or simply one that has been kept in pristine condition, these rarer examples of the 2005 Jefferson nickel are highly sought after by collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for them. Now, you may be wondering how much a 2005 Jefferson nickel can actually be worth. While most of these coins are still worth just 5 cents, certain examples can fetch much higher prices. Depending on the condition and the presence of any minting errors, a 2005 Jefferson nickel could be worth a significant amount more. In fact, collectors have paid up to $25,000 for a 2005 Jefferson nickel in extraordinary condition or with rare minting errors. Yes, you heard that right, $25,000 for a 5-cent coin. The next time you come across a 2005 Jefferson nickel, take a moment to inspect it carefully. If it looks like it's been sitting untouched in a coin jar, you might be holding on to something far more valuable than you thought. Even a small, seemingly ordinary coin can have the potential to become a hidden treasure in the world of numismatics. Whether it's the rarity, the condition, or a minting error, the 2005 Jefferson nickel can be worth much more than just 5 cents. And who knows, your nickel might just be worth $25,000. Top 5. When it comes to coins, most people tend to overlook the smaller denominations, like the 5-cent nickel. After all, it's just a nickel, right? It's something you casually use to pay for a small snack or toss in your pocket and forget about. But in the world of coin collecting, the story of the Jefferson nickel from 2004 is a whole different tale, and you might just have a hidden treasure sitting right in front of you. That's right. A 2004 Jefferson nickel could be worth far more than its face value if you know what to look for. The Jefferson nickel has been an iconic part of U.S. currency since 1938, and the design has remained largely unchanged over the years. The front of the coin features the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, while the back displays Monticello, his Virginia estate. The 2004 version of the Jefferson nickel is part of the regular coinage minted during that year. It doesn't seem particularly unique when you look at it, but there's a reason why collectors pay close attention to these nickels. First and foremost, the condition of a coin plays a huge role in its value. Most coins that have been in circulation for years show signs of wear. After all, they've been passed from person to person, scraped against other coins, and generally handled in countless ways. However, if you happen to find a 2004 Jefferson nickel in near-perfect condition, it could be worth far more than the 5 cents it was initially worth. In the coin world, a coin that's in mint condition, meaning it's free of major scratches, discoloration, and wear, is highly desirable to collectors. If you have a 2004 nickel that still retains its original shine and crisp details, you've got a piece that could catch the eye of serious collectors. Another key factor in determining the value of a coin is whether it has any minting errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process of the coin, resulting in a flaw that makes it unique. These mistakes are rare, and they can significantly increase the value of a coin. For example, a 2004 Jefferson nickel that was struck with a misaligned die could feature an off-center image of Jefferson or Monticello. Such errors make the coin far more interesting and valuable than a regular, perfectly minted one-dot minting errors can take several forms, and they vary from coin to coin. A common error you might find on the 2004 Jefferson nickel is a double die. This happens when the coin's design is struck twice, causing the details on the coin to appear doubled. If you spot a 2004 nickel with doubled lettering or an image that seems to have more than one outline, you could be looking at a rare and valuable piece. These kinds of errors make the coin much more collectible and desirable to those who specialize in rare and flawed coins. The rarity of a coin also contributes to its value. While the 2004 Jefferson nickel was minted in large quantities, not every one of them has survived in excellent condition or with rare minting errors. Coins that have been well preserved or have unique characteristics are harder to find, which makes them more valuable. A 2004 nickel in perfect condition or one that has been struck with a rare error is much rarer than the typical coin you'll find in circulation. The more unique a coin is, the more it will attract attention from collectors looking to add rare pieces to their collections. Now, you might be wondering just how much a 2004 Jefferson nickel can actually be worth. You might think that a coin that was minted only a couple of decades ago isn't worth much, but you'd be wrong. Depending on its condition, rarity, and whether it has any minting errors, a 2004 Jefferson nickel could be worth thousands of dollars. In fact, certain 2004 Jefferson nickels have sold for as much as $22,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $22,000 for a 5-cent coin. This remarkable value can be attributed to the coin's condition, rarity, and any minting errors it might have. A 2004 Jefferson nickel in pristine condition, or one that features a rare minting error, can be worth far more than just 5 cents. Collectors who are looking to complete their collections or find unique and valuable pieces are always on the lookout for these coins. If you happen to have a 2004 Jefferson nickel in exceptional condition or one with a minting error, it could easily fetch an incredible price. So, the next time you come across a 2004 Jefferson nickel, take a closer look at it. Inspect its condition and see if you can spot any unusual features or imperfections. If it looks like a coin that has been well preserved over the years, or if it shows signs of a rare minting error, you might just have a valuable collectible on your hands. You never know. Your 2004 Jefferson nickel could be worth $22,000. In the world of coin collecting, even a seemingly simple nickel can turn into a fortune. So, don't overlook that small coin in your pocket. The value of a 2004 Jefferson nickel could be much higher than you ever imagined.